the conversation continues.
The spirit of Africa is alive, vibrant, and ready to go global. Giritoday is here. For too long, your craft has been undervalued. But now, with Giritoday, you can share your creativity with the world. Giritoday, where African creativity meets global trade. Sellers, this is your moment. Join Giritoday and showcase your products to buyers in the UK, Europe, Canada, and the United States. Earn in foreign currencies, expand your reach, and grow your business. It's never been easier. Giritoday, bringing Africa to your doorstep. Visit giritoday.com to sign up as a seller now.
You're still watching the conversation on Lagos television. It is time for us to talk business now, and we have some young men, creative young men, so to say, joining us on the program right now. They will be talking about how they have been able to revolutionize e-commerce in Nigeria and, of course, the continent of Africa. We have joining us at this moment Mr. Wale Ayontoye, founder, Giritoday. It's a pleasure to have you.
The pleasure is all mine.
And of course, his partner there, Mr. Ola Ajiboye, co-founder, Giritoday. It's a pleasure to have you as well.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So let's start with how you were able to create this particular platform, which has been able to revolutionize e-platform in the continent of Africa. It is called Giritoday. What actually led to that inspiration?
I'm based in the US, he's based in Canada.
Okay.
And one of the major challenges that we've seen is the fact that whenever you want authentically made in African products, it's always a huge challenge in order to be able to get that. Yes, there are stores, there are African stores that do provide those things, but when you look at the pricing that they place on it, it's totally outrageous. And so for us, the goal is always, how do we bridge the gap between Africa and the international community? There are countries like China that have done that. The revolutions of the industrialization of China, where they've been able to export all of the things that are locally made to international community. And the question is, why are we not doing that as African? The world right now is talking about biodegradable, sustainable products. We have all of that in abundance as of today in Africa. But the issue has always been, how can we bring Africa to your doorstep at the price that still makes sense?
So, like, how long have you been at this?
So we've been at this for a little over a year. The idea itself has been, on for a while, but we started building at least a little over a year, and and yesterday was a big milestone for us, where we launched to sellers. Now they are able to onboard their product, list their product, have the images if they need to have the scans for their buyers. So it's been over a year that we started this journey.
So how then does your brand now intend to revolutionize e-commerce, not only in Nigeria, but the entire continent of Africa?
Okay, I can take the question. I know right now it might sound cliche when you hear people talk about AI, machine learning, and likewise artificial intelligence, but those are things that we're actually introducing onto everything that we're doing. For example, I myself have had the privilege of working for some of the biggest names when it comes to e-commerce in the global space, and he also had the privilege as well. So we're two people who totally understand our space in and out, and we're bringing that and localizing it for the continent. Another thing that we are doing differently away from other local e-commerces that trade Naira to Naira is the fact that you can list your product in Naira, and there are people internationally in the US, UK, Canada, Europe that buy your products at those foreign currencies. What this does for you as a seller is that it protects your profit margin regardless of currency devaluations. And then most importantly, which is the icing on the cake, listing is free.
So in one way or the other, you're also creating employment for people.
Definitely, yes. So that's one of the things we that's a big thing for us. So we are creating those kind of employment, those kind of empowerment for people. As an artisan in Oshogbo, you make your art, you make your handcrafted, let's say, beads or things like that. You are not able to only sell it locally. You're not confined to your location. We are exposing you to a global audience across the globe. So, like I said, in Europe, in US, in North America, and in other parts of the world. So these kind of create that empowerment for people to get their wares out. Because at this point in time, there's a great awareness for African-made products, biodegradable, sustainable, which we have in abundance. So that's what we're doing.
I know there are challenges and, of course, opportunities doing e-commerce. So how do you intend to tap into the opportunities that we have on ground to improve your business and, of course, add value to those that will be patronizing you? And, of course, the challenges, they will be there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody ever said the road was going to be easy. I think if it was easy, everyone would have done it. One of the things that we're currently, there is an ongoing conversation. If you take a look at, in the past 2 years, the Abia State government have been working judiciously on helping the Made in Aba brand becomes a global brand. Rather than having to make replicas of this product, it's like, why don't you just make the product Made in Aba and put the stamp Made in Aba in it? But one of the major challenges is the fact that there is no centralized global marketplace as of today that allow these local sellers to be able to sell to international audience. So those are part of the gaps that we're planning to come fill. Number two is the fact that we partner with the various logistic companies that currently helps making sure that the transition and seamlessness experience of from Africa to your doorstep is absolutely there. And then the major one is the fact that every product that is bought on Giritoday, before it's being delivered to your doorstep, is already authenticated by our specialists. So making sure that we eliminate what I bought versus what I got, but also most importantly, reduces chargeback as much as possible and continuously build trust between international community and made in African products.
Okay, there are several e-platforms in Nigeria and, of course, Africa. So what is that unique selling point of yours? And what are your customers? What do they stand to gain for their loyalty?
So first, we're the only platform, especially in the western part of Africa, who allows sellers to sell overseas. Like the e-platform you mentioned currently, most of them sell within Nigeria, right? You're someone in Ibadan, you sell to Lagos. But what we are doing, what we are bringing that's different is the ability for you to sell abroad to a much larger global audience. And what do they stand to gain? One of them is that exposure to a much larger audience, right? So you're able to sell at a much better rate, right? Because you're selling to like people who are abroad who are able to pay in that foreign currency. And because the listing is free for them, right? So we do all the marketing, we do all the heavy lifting with our technology. We are able to forecast for you as a seller what product sells the most, what country does your product sell the most. Then, and one of the things we plan to do in the future is, let's say you're a small scale seller and you will need some loan to be able to like sell your product even at a larger scale. We're offering you those based on certain criteria, of course. We've accredited you. You've made a lot of sales. We know you are trustworthy. Because part of that is the verification that Wale mentioned earlier. So those are the things they stand to gain as a seller. And as a buyer, you are able to pay to buy at a lower rate compared to like if you're buying at some of the platforms that exist currently, right? So we are able to bring that technology and economy of scale to reduce the cost for the seller and also for the buyers.
So Giritoday is reliable, affordable. Am I correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. The reliability of the platform is very, very important because anybody who is coming onto the platform, you're coming from international community. And it is our gateway to Africa. We have no choice but to do it right. This is our opportunity. We're not just representing a company, we're representing an entire African race. And the projection of that to international community is adequately important, and we cannot afford to get it wrong.
So that name, Giritoday, how did you come about it?
Giritoday is a lost, the Giri part, we needed a name that represents the authenticity of our African sellers. And also we also needed a name that can relate with our international buyers. So the Giri itself is a lost Yoruba word. As of today, people say Kia, Shekia. So Shegiri.
Snappy, fast, yeah.
Okay, that's quite good. Is Giritoday for both, you said Giritoday is for sellers and buyers. Then some of the qualities and products that will be advertised on your platforms. How do you check the quality and their durability so that I would not buy now and condemn your brand that, okay, I bought this particular thing or product on Giritoday and it is inferior?
Absolutely. We understand the quality of corporate image. That is very, very important. A negative PR can do a lot of damage to an organization, and that's why we're avoiding that. In the West, when you buy things, 99.9% of the time, what you bought exactly online is exactly what you're gonna get. But here, there's a trust issue. That's how we grew up in Africa. That's why when somebody goes to the ATM and withdraw cash, they still count it. It's just an African thing. And one of the things that we had made sure is that when you buy from the seller, we're not just focusing on the profitability of the platform itself. We're also focusing on authenticity, the quality of the product. That's why we're making sure that whenever you buy from a seller, before it comes to you in the US, UK, Canada, Europe, the product is going to be first authenticated by our team. What you bought, is it exactly what's going to be shipped to you? Because already you're waiting about a week to get your product. Okay. So the last thing you want is for your product to get to your doorstep and it doesn't look exactly like what you bought. Then you're going to be mad about that. And then another thing that Ola's team, because Ola is the one focused on the technology side of the house, one of the things that his team is also working on is augmented reality. Where you try and take measurements for, like, probably as a seamstress, you want to take measurements already in the UK and you want to be sure about that. All they have to do is stand in front of a camera, the augmented reality, take the measurement and all of that. You send it to the seller and then they're able to complete the
That's simple.
Yeah, yeah. Those are one of the things we're building, right? It's that simple, right? But the technology behind it is what we are building, right? We allow that you to as a person get in front of a mirror, take your picture, and we take the measurement for you. Nowadays, as an African, if I wanted to sew a cloth here, I have to be connected to my tailor because they have to get that measurement. But we are allowing you, and that's one of the benefits we have to the buyers as well. Now you have your measurement as part of your profile. If you want to share it, you can share it to as many fashion designers as you would want. And yeah.
So how then do you protect the interest of the profit margin of the seller?
Like I mentioned earlier, there are platforms today that people might want to compare us with that are currently trading locally. Most of the time, people that trade on this platform, what they do is that they import either electronics, laptops, refrigerators, and all of that. They import from China. And when you're importing from China, your trade currency is not Naira. Your trade currency is dollars. So when you buy something, for an example, at the rate of probably 1,000 Naira, and you put your profit margin at 300, so you sold 1,300, you realize that by the time you want to restock, Naira is devalued, and then you're now buying at probably 1,250. You were thinking you had 300 Naira's profit before, now it's 650 Naira. Now, ours is reverse engineering. So meaning that you list your products at 1,000 Naira. At 1,000, let's say it's $1, and somebody like me bought it. When it's time for settlement, you're going to be settled at the current FX rate. So even though you listed at 1,000 Naira, which was $1 that we collected, our goal is to make sure that you get $1 equivalent back. So if Naira is divided to 1,200, you're not getting the 1,000 you listed for, you're getting the 1,200 Naira, because our goal is to make sure that your profit margin is constantly.
So how do I come on board?
It's as simple as all I said. All you have to do is go to www.giritoday.com/sell or giritoday.com itself, and it's going to take you through the journey. And most importantly, listing is free.
Okay, is there any app that people can download?
So at the moment we don't have the app yet. So we are scoping this out. The app itself will be ready for the buyers mostly by June 2nd. So at the moment we are focusing on onboarding the sellers, and at the moment it's a web app.
Okay, the website once again before we let you go.
www.giritoday.com. GIRI-today.com.
All right, we must thank you very much, Mr. Wale Ayontoye, founder Giritoday, and Ola Ajiboye, co-founder Giritoday. But before you go, in case people want to reach out to you, can you give us your telephone number or something?
Yeah, actually my team gave me one, so okay. I'm going to have to read.
Please do.
081 28 66 77 64. 081 28 66 77 64.
All right, Wale Ayontoye and Ola Ajiboye, founder and co-founder Giritoday. They are the ones revolutionizing e-commerce platforms in Africa. So you can get in touch with them for you to tap out of their creativity. We'll take a very quick break at this moment. We'll be right back.
From Africa to the world, your global marketplace awaits. Your craft tells Africa's story. Your art carries our legacy. Your products embody our excellence. Now, it's time for the world to experience it all. Every day, millions of people worldwide search for authentic African creations, but until now, reaching them seemed like an uphill task. Introducing Giritoday, your AI-powered bridge to global markets. We're transforming how African creators connect with international buyers. Imagine your products showcased to buyers across America, Europe, and Asia. AI technology that matches your creations with the perfect customers. Seamless payments and logistics handled for you. Your brand story shared with the world. Join thousands of African entrepreneurs already selling globally. Lagos fashion designers reaching Paris boutiques. Kenyan artisans supplying New York galleries. Nigerian food producers in London stores.
Hey everybody, my name is Wale Ayantoye. I'm the CEO and founder for Giritoday, an enterprise e-commerce platform focused on African artisans. At Giritoday, the goal is to have artisans, craftsmanship, and give them the opportunity to be able to sell to international audience. Either you're in the US, you're in the UK, you're in Europe, or you're in Canada. That is what we plan to do. Our sellers get the opportunity to list in local currencies, and then they get to earn in foreign currencies without any kind of listing fee.
As a platinum sponsor of reInvent X, the AI Training Summit, Giritoday is committed to empowering African businesses with cutting-edge technology. Your creativity, our technology, the world's market. Visit giritoday.com/sellers to start your global journey today. Giritoday, taking African excellence global.